Okay, so today we continue with our class Halachos of Brochos. And we start with Sefer Shmiras Haloshon. And topic today is no time to spare. Okay. The message of Hillel question, and if I'm for myself, what am I? Goes further. So it's continuation of what we spoke, what is it, on Tuesday, right? If average person were to make an accounting of how his regular day is spent, he would see that only a small part of the time is free free for the spiritual pursuit. How then can he allow these precious moments to slip by without using them to acquire for himself Torah and mitzvahs for eternal acquisition? So it's a very interesting question, right? So it says that people are busy with providing for the family and all other things, right? And all other things that we do in life, right? And only small part of the day is left for the spiritual pursuit, for prayers, for studying, right? And see how even this person has a free time and how he wastes this time, unfortunately. Instead of acquiring mitzvahs, right? It's a purpose of this life, of the life in this world. That's what he does. That's a problem, of course. Let's see. When person works to provide his wife and children with their needs and pay for the children's education, these efforts bear great fruit. He will receive reward not only for his hours of Torah study, but for his efforts to earn livelihood as well. For all his strivings were directed toward the essential purpose, fulfilling Hashem's will. Okay, so let's try to understand what it says here. So let's read again, and we're going to explain line by line. There are several ideas here. When a person works to provide for his wife and children with their needs, to pay for children's Torah education, his efforts bear fruits, right? So, there is a mitzvah, one of the mitzvah to give your children education. Of course, as we learn in Hilchas Talmud Torah, right? So we said, even though a person, it is a mitzvah to provide your children education, but does not absolve you from receiving this education, right? You come first, actually, right? You're obligated to teach your children only so much, but after that you're not obligated. Of course, we do, like we go 100 yards, but all the way. But still, there is not such a big obligation, as much as you're obligated to educate yourself. But of course, these people are dependent on you, right? And you do whatever you need to do to provide for them. And this time is considered to be like somehow it's not as on the same level, but like a Torah study. Right? Why? Because that person enables other people to learn. Right? So the second idea, he will receive reward not only for his hour of Torah study, so of course his personal, whatever he learns, but for the efforts of learning livelihood as well. So of course livelihood, meaning that for example, if person is working, so I have to explain what I meant, right? And he enables his children to study Torah. So in a sense, because of him, they're able to study Torah. So part of their study is actually belongs to him as a partner. Right? That's what I meant. So his personal Torah study plus his efforts to learn livelihood. For all his strivings were directed toward one essential purpose, fulfilling Hashem's will. So Hashem wants you to have family, support it. Okay, that's what we do. Continue. Such is not the case, however, when one strives for a lifestyle of luxury, to live in an expensive home with a lavish decor, and to dress his family with rich taste. I mean, if person we have to explain it. there is no problem with luxury. There is no problem with decor, and no, there is no problem with the rest of family with rich taste, right? If Hashem sends you the blessing, there is no problem. So you're just using the blessing. Opposite is true. So if person is blessed with the money and he dresses as a homeless person, and he does buy I don't know whatever the cheapest things whatever on sale, right, on clearance. So it shows that he has no respect for the money that Hashem gives him. Opposite is true. So a person have to behave himself as Hashem according to to Hashem's blessings. So he gave him more money. So there is no problem. You can live in a rich home and a richer home and have decor and all other things, but it should not be your main purpose in life. Okay, it's one of the things on a 10th place, right? Whatever. It's very very not important, but there is no problem to live normal life here or even luxury life. Continue. Ensures such a I give you this example. So when we fly, we always fly at business class, not like a regular class, or economy class, whatever is it, right? But when you pass this business class and you see all of these beautiful chairs, and they can make the beds of these chairs, and they can come when they fly to Israel. So they come, they refresh, they sleep, this and that. Less people, very nice atmosphere. So I mean, why should if they can afford this luxury first class? Why should they go to the business class? You understand? So there is no contradiction. Okay. Continue. Okay. Okay. In truth, such a person is not really toiling for himself. That is for the sole benefit, for whose will he is seeking to fulfill. Is not his will inclination. Is not his evil inclination, right? So, but if he works only for all these things, and he tries to keep up with the Johnsons, and he works overtime and have this business and that business. Of course, that's not what we meant. So if he works normal, right, normal job, and have not normal salary, very good salary or parnasa, there is no problem. Okay, but continue. What good will such a striving accomplish for his soul? I mean, if he always busy with making money, right? What is good for the soul? The same can be said of those who labor until the old age, so that they can leave generous inheritance behind for the loved ones. Such an effort does not benefit the soul. Okay, he gave a lot of money to all of his grandchildren, children. He bought everybody's apartments, this and that. But at the end, the person never had this time to study Torah. And even if he retired, let's say because of the health reason, so he's not capable to learn. Even if he wants, he would fall asleep. He would not capable because it's too late. The brain not attuned to learn Torah. That's it. Too late. He exhorts us to use our precious time in this world wisely, and not let the hours slip by without accomplishment. So always try to do something you can always try to listen to the lectures, right? You walk in somewhere, even in the office, wherever you work, from one place to another, so to put on a lecture, maybe 15 minutes, or your lunch. You can eat lunch and listen to the class, no problem. Let no one delude himself that the notion that a bit of Torah study, a mitzvah here, a mitzvah there is sufficient. Right. So of course, whatever I said, it's extra on top of everything. But people many people just learn occasionally. Whatever Rabbi speaks in the shul, that what they learned, 15 minutes here and there, half an hour between Mincha and Mariv. So of course, it's not sufficient. Okay, we stop here. So we continue with Halachos of Brochos. So let's see what topic we're on. So we start new topic, very interesting, and the topic name is Mezonos. So it's chapter 27. Okay, so introduction. This chapter discusses the Brocha requirement for all Mezonos products, from cooked cereals to pizza. Okay. Mezonos products can be divided in two broad categories: products which are the bread family and products which are not considered in the bread family. I refer to the not bread family Mezonos. This addressed in section A. So I think we discussed a little before. So if it's from bread family and a person ate enough, as we're going to see, like 8 ounces or so, right? If he ate 8 ounces, so he would need to say Birchas Hamazon, even if he ate cakes or crackers or cookies, whatever. So, but only bread family, but not bread family. So not bread family is something that was cooked like pasta, right? Or cook is right? I don't know, like matzo balls, like something cooked.
Rabbi, sorry, just one question. When you mention the concept of bread family, I don't know, I was just thinking about it. Maybe you can correct me on this one.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like something which is baked sort of falls under the bread family category, and something that's cooked, like we were discussing how the final process of something is in order to make it into, like we were saying that you cook the bread. So is it that anything that gets cooked in the end does not fall in the bread category, and anything, let's say, that's baked, even if it's sweet, if you eat, let's say, 8 ounces, 216 grams, that falls under the category of bread? Is that the reason?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Exactly. So the process of making, for example, all of the cakes and cookies. I know my wife bakes a lot, so I know exactly. So I mean, if you ask me, the easiest dough for, of course, she has all of the recipe. This dough for this one, this dough for that. But okay, I don't know the recipes. But if you just from look at it, it's exactly the. I mean, maybe the dough is a little different because of this consistency and this and that. Some different ingredients, but basic. Underlying like a recipe is the same. You have flour and you have water and whatever else is added. You understand? And so basically, from one dough you can make cake. So just add honey or like some syrup or whatever they add, right? And you can make cake, not cake, bread. Okay, so it's like very similar dough. Right, so and very similar way of preparation. So you put it in the oven. Okay, continue. So, in section B deals with the non-bread family Mezonos, primarily cooked products such as noodles, spaghetti, and cooked cereals. So all of the cooked cereals, of course, are Mezonos. So like people eat oatmeal, right? Okay, so it's Mezonos. Section C discusses bread family products such as cake and crackers. In certain cases, bread family products are treated as a genuine bread. In such instances, unusual as may seem, and italas yadayim, hamotze, and Bentch are required. So I mean, we discuss here this topic in bits and pieces here and there, but now it all comes in the same chapter. Very interesting. In section D, specific applications such as pizza, Mezonos bread, donuts, granola, ice cream, cake, kreplach, and pancakes are discussed. Note, listen, all that Mezonos topics be found at the end of this chapter. Okay, so he's going to list all of these things that Mezonos. Okay, so it was like a review, like a roadmap. What are we going to discuss? Okay, so start with section A. 2 categories of Mezonos. Chazal consider products made from wheat, barley, spelt, oats, and rye as the most important type of food. They designated the special Brocha Rishona and special Brocha Achrana for these products made from these grains. Okay, so one more time. I mean, we repeat it many times, but still we must remember those. Right? So it's wheat, barley, spelt, oats, and rye. Right, so even though in Torah I think it says wheat and barley, right? But our sages derived these the three others spelled oats and rye because they're very similar to the first two. So so first two is biblical and others other rabbinical. I'm not sure. I don't want to say. Maybe also biblical. Maybe they just were missing from the list. Okay. Anyway, right? So all of this. So bread is considered bread only if they are made only from these five species. Commentary: buckwheat kernels, kasha, and millet are not considered grain. Okay, so in some countries they actually make millet bread. We tried once. I mean, it's not tasty at all. I mean, of course, maybe we didn't know how to make it, but it's not. It's not good bread. I mean, unless they do something like very, very different. Rice, although not one of the five Mezonos grain, has satiating qualities, which are very similar to Mezonos grain. Chazal designated Brocha Rishona, but not Brocha Achrona, designated for foods which satiate Boremine Mezonos. See addendum 4. So we're going to talk about it later. Okay, so all the five grains, as we said, I'm going to repeat: wheat, barley, spelt, oats, and rye, and plus they say on rice we say Boremine Mezonos, all like when we start eating, but after we finish eating, it's a regular blessing as after any vegetables, Boremine Fashos. Okay. So it's rice is exception. Why? Because it has this satiating quality, right? So some people just in many countries in the East they eat only rice, and in China I guess that's the main food, rice and rice products. So yeah, so it's similar to the bread from in European countries, let's say, or other countries. Okay, continue. Boremine Mezonos. Brocha Rishona acknowledges the creation of food which satiates and sustains. So the translation blesses Hashem for created satiating foods. Okay. It sustains life. Okay. Ala Michia is Brocha Achrona, contains the essential elements of Birchas Hamazon. So as we learn in Birchas Hamazon, it has it has 4 blessings, three biblical, one rabbinical, and if you compare this Ala Michia, so Ala Michia, I mean he uses Ala Michia, that's what they use, but some people know as Me'am Shalosh, like 3 parts blessing. I mean it's exactly the same thing. Okay, so it's a blessing that we say after we ate products, not bread, but products from these five grains, or drank wine or grape juice, or ate these 5 fruits that Lerner Beezrat blessed with, which is olives or olives and figs and pomegranates and others. Okay, dates. Okay, so let's see. Continue. Mezonos product can be divided in 2 broad categories, right? One is bread family products. Most baked products such as cake, crackers, etc. So commentary: the halachic term for such products is pas chaba bekisnin. So we're going to use a lot. I think he's going to refer as this terminology. Pas chaba bekisnin. It means bread family product. It's all of this non-bread, as we know, like not bread, all the cookies, crackers, and etc. that was baked, okay, but not bread. And the second category, not bread family Mezonos products, most cooked products such as noodle, oatmeal, etc. Okay, so we're going to discuss. But I mean, basic idea is like this. Of course, there are some differences, but basic idea is like this. In most cases, both non-bread family Mezonos products and bread family products have the exact same bracha requirements. So if you eat only a few cookies, right, and you're not going to eat as our friend Ishai translated, so it's 260 grams, right? Approximately, it's 8 ounces, right? So, so if you don't eat that much, so it does not matter. You eat pasta or you eat cookie, you say exactly the same blessing before and exactly the same blessing after. There's no difference. So that's why he says in most cases. Both types of the product require baremine mezonos and ala mechia. So if you eat pasta, so you say exactly the same blessing after ala mechia. Ala mechia is required only if kzayith or more eaten within specific period of time. Okay. Okay. So since they mentioned, so we have to mention also. So with all of the foods, you're obligated to say after blessing only if you ate kzayith, minimum this 1 ounce, 28 grams, right? 28 grams of food. So if you ate less or very slow, meaning you ate this 1 ounce, let's say, in more than 9 minutes, so you would not be required to say the blessing. So only kzayith, the weight, and in a period of time. Okay. Continue.
Just one question, Rabbi.
Yes.
So you said eating 1 ounce in 9 minutes. That's the maximum thing, or
Yeah. It's the maximum. Let me explain myself. It's actually the most lenient opinion. So I would say just say finish this 1 ounce in 3 to 4 minutes. So I mean it's not a lot. For some food, like some food are very light, very light. So for example, I'll give you an example. So we used to buy these crackers, right? So these crackers is very light. So in order to have to eat 1 ounce, so I calculated. I'll look at the box. Like I calculated how much, how many crackers. Like it was very simple. So I had to eat like 10 crackers. They were so light. So usually people, so you have to think about it. Like people usually don't eat so much. I mean, maybe in 10 minutes, you usually take cracker, maybe dip with something but 10 crackers, I don't know, maybe, but most probably not. Okay. So the most preferred way, so in order not to put yourself in a questionable situation, so you will try to eat as 1 ounce for sure, and then you can right away, and then you can eat slowly. There is no problem, right? But otherwise, you're going to put yourself in a situation when maybe you're not required to say the blessing, and this blessing is going to be in vain. So Hashem name Chas v'Shalom is going to be used in vain, and the punishment for this is the death penalty. So that's not a good situation to put yourself in. Okay. Okay. So continue. Non-bread family mezonos. Okay. Grain products which are cooked are class a non-bread family mezonos. So just one clarification, so we don't get confused. When we're talking about bread that was cooked, it was first it was bread, right, and then it was cooked, right? So that's a different halacha. Here they say it's original grains, right, and they were cooked like hot cereal or something. Okay. Such products are not considered to be in the bread family category because they do not have a bread-like properties and appearance. 1 second, something is missing. I'm not. Oh, I apologize. I missed 1 sentence from previous. Sorry. So we said about the cooked and not cooked and baked. So they require the same blessing, baremine mezonos and ala mechia. So blessing before and blessing after is exactly the same. I just want to point out that the first blessing before the food you make on any quantity. As we said about crumbs, few crumbs. Okay, you want to eat, I don't know, just like one piece of grape or something like a small, something tiny, some left over. Whatever you had your breakfast, and you had some cereal left over, and you bowl. Now 2 hours later, you want to eat this piece. Well, so you have to say the separate blessing. Okay, but after blessing, only on a specific amount. And it says continue. That's the piece that I skipped. However, in certain instances, bread family products are treated like genuine bread. This halacha will discuss in section C. Commentary. There is a washing and there is one washing to eat Seuda, an amount equal to an amount normally eaten for a meal of the bread family product, such as cake or crackers, must wash and recite Brocha al netilas yadayim. Recite Hamotzi and Bentch. The issue of whether or not product is in the bread family has other halakhic implications. Here, see addendum 2. Okay, so I mean, what he's saying in this note is, for example, if a person knows I don't have bread, I don't have vegetables, everything whatever I have meat, cheese, everything that I have is this cake, right? So it's nice cake, and that's it. That's the whole food I have. So he knows in advance that's what we're going to eat. And of course, it's heavy. It's 8 ounces is not so much, especially as we said, as we mentioned in Shulchan Aruch, mentioned opinion that it's actually 6 ounces. So 3 eggs, not 4 eggs. And, okay, there are 2 opinions, right? 3 or 4. Okay, we're going but by more lenient, so not to overpressure people, so they don't have to say birchas hamazon like after on a few pieces of cake. Okay, no problem, right? But if it's the whole meal, that's what he knows in advance. He must wash hands. As for bread, say al netilas yadayim, say hamotzi on this cake, and continue eating, and then after he finished, say birchas hamazon. So, but there are different situations when a person did not intend to eat so much. He started eating. Okay, I'm going to eat only a small slice. Let's say he had the meal, whatever he had, and now he's going to eat only a small slice of this cake. But he's eating, and then it's a very delicious cake, and he decided to eat more. And after some time, he realized, you know what? It looks like I almost ate. This 4 ounces, 8 ounces, right? So in this case, he would go wash his hands, say hamotzi on the rest, whatever he's going to eat, and say birchas hamazon, because all of this cake that he ate before is actually going to be included in his bracha, in this bless, in this bracha, of course, 100%. Even though he did not intend it to be bread, to be meal, to be like the bottom line, he ate so much in this period of time, so that's it. Okay, so of course we're going to go in details about all these things, but that's a general summary. Okay, so now we're going to section B, and it says non-bread family. Grain products which cooked a class and not bread family Mezonot. So all of these cooked things. Okay, so same some people make a homemade pasta or something, right? So I mean it's all very the dough is very similar to what they do for bread, and they just cut it in different shapes and forms and dry it, and that's how they make homemade pasta. Okay. Such products are not considered to be bread family category because they do not have bread-like properties and appearance. So pasta does not look like bread. The term bread-like properties and appearance is loose translation of halachic term turisa de nahama. Okay, no problem. So, but we understand what is a bread property as an appearance. First of all, it was baked and it has some crust, right? And has them like puffiness and stuff like that. Okay. The Brocha Rishona for non-bread family Mezonos products is Boremine Mezonos. The Brocha Achronat is Ala Mechia. Hamotzi and Bentch are never required for the products in this category, even if Shiur Seuda is eaten. Okay. So, meaning it does not matter how much you eat spaghetti. That does not matter how much spaghetti you ate. You never would say Berchas Hamazon. They say see footnote II for an exception. Okay, there is exception. We're going to see an exception later. Okay, examples of cooked grain products include cooked barley, cooked cereal, for example, farina oatmeal, noodles, macaroni, spaghetti, egg farfel, matzah ball, and the like. Note, cooked cereals are discussed in Addendum 5, section B. Okay, we're going to get to it. Cooked cereal. Okay. So very interesting. So next one is a fried Mezonos, fried. Products which are deep fried in oil are also classed as a non-bread family Mezonos. Deep frying is halachically equivalent to cooking. So as we explained before, so deep frying meaning the food is completely under oil, right? Covered completely with oil. So if, as we learned in the previous chapters, if it's not completely covered, but only some of it, some part of the food is covered, but it's more than really needed for the food not to get stuck to the pan. So that's when there is a problem, right? There is a doubt: is it cooked or it is baked? So let's see. For example, so if it's covered completely by oil, so it's cooked, right? For example, Chinese noodles, which are deep fried, not cooked, are in the same category as cooked noodles. Another common product which is deep fried is donuts. See up the application D4 or below. Okay, we're going to talk about donuts. Okay. Pan-fried products are discussed more fully in paragraph D1. Okay, so we're going to get pan-fried. Okay. Continue. Roasted grains. Roasted grain products such as granola are not considered Mezonos and are not subject to Boremine Mezonos, nor to Ala Mechia. Granola dealt with paragraph D4 below. Commentary. Grains which are eaten raw are also not subject to Boremine Mezonos. So some grains you can eat raw. So granola, I think they just squash the grains, right? So we will see what blessing to make. So I think it's not even Boremine. I think it's shechakol, but we're going to see. We're going to see. Continue. Next section C. Bread family products. Pas haba bekisnim. So that's definition. Pas haba bekisnim halachic term for you use to connote Mezonos products which have bread-like properties and appearance, but which are generally used for a snack rather than meal. Okay, so we're going to talk about. So idea is that the cakes usually are under normal circumstances. People don't use a cake for the whole meal. But as a snack or as a dessert, yes, for sure. But as a meal, no. Okay. Therefore, most baked goods, both those that are made from dough as well as those which are made from butter, are classed as pas haba bekisnin, bread family product. So butter meaning it's a dough. It's very liquidy dough, right? Like you're making pancakes or other things from this. So of course, same as we said before. It depends how much oil was on the frying pan. But usually, these things are not made with a lot of oil, right? It's minimum amount of oil. So it's going to be, believe it or not, these pancakes is actually in a bread family category. So I think it's very practical example. So they usually like very weighty, right? Weighty a lot. So you have to know like how if you eat, let's say, I don't know, if you buy or you make it yourself, whatever you do. So maybe 4 or 5 or 6, it's going to be actually this 8 ounces, maybe 260 grams, maybe. I don't know, maybe. You have to weigh them out, right? If you eat these things, right? Because it's 100% bread, even though it does not look like bread, but I mean, it has some bread characteristics. Okay. So same dough, maybe a little liquidy, doesn't matter, but it was fried without oil. Most types of cake, cookies, pretzels, pies, knishes, and crackers are considered bread family products. One more time. Most types of cakes, cookies, pretzels, pies, knishes, and crackers are considered bread family products. Okay, so technically everything. Exception. Products which are baked on a thin consistency, such as wafers, or wafers thin crackers, do not have bread-like appearance. Their class is not bread family Mezonos. So, okay, no problem. So they're very, very thin. How they're used is a different story. I'm not sure. Wafers. Okay, we'll see. So okay. So it's an exception. Very thin. Okay, continue. Number 1. By the way, any questions before we continue on what we said?
I have a question, but it's about Birkat Hamazon.
No. Let's do it at the end, please. Let's do it at the end. So only on the topic. Okay. But please remember your question. Okay. So number 1, when treated halachically as bread. Bread family products, although technically classed as bread, originally not subject to hamotzi, meaning blessing for bread. Okay, not for nor for benching, nor for natalas yadayim, since they are eaten primarily as a snack. So that's one very important thing that we must remember. So if something is not used as a mainstay of the meal, so only eaten only as a snack, so most likely it's only Mezonos. Okay. At times, however, people make bread family products mainstay of their meal. For example, a person who is pressed for time might eat large helping of cake or for breakfast in place of the conventional meal. When products of the bread family are used as a mainstay of the meal, they are treated as a genuine bread. So it's very very, very possible for bread. So when we say cakes, that does not mean that sometimes people think that cakes only with cream and other things. No, it could be without any cream. I mean, just sweet dough and maybe some raisins in there, like cake without all of this sweet stuff. So it's very, very possible to have it with your coffee, with your tea. Just have 2 slices, 3 slices, and it's very simple to have. If it's heavy, right? So it's very possible, to eat these 8 ounces. This rule applies only when a shiur, an amount is suitable for a meal, is eaten. So here we go. Okay. In such instances, the nitalas yadayim, hamotzi, and a blessing is required. So what is a shiur? The amount that people in his country eat for the meal. So we're going to see people in his country eat for the meal. Note, we refer to the shiur as shiur Seuda. So Seuda is a meal. So how much you must eat for a meal, right? So how much other people in his country, in this country are going to eat, for example, for breakfast or for a regular meal, any meal. Actually, the term Shiur Kivei Seuda. We have shortened the Shiur Seuda for smoothen reading. That doesn't matter. So Shiur Seuda is how much a person must eat in order to Seuda is a meal. To be considered a meal. So let's say, to simplify what he says. So under 8 ounces, it's a snack, right? But after 8 ounces, it's already Shiur Seuda. So Shiur Seuda is going to be 8 ounces. Okay, so it's considered a meal. Under 8 ounces, it's not meal, it's a snack. Let's put it this way. Okay. So number 2, Shiur Seuda. If Shiur Seuda of bread family products was eaten, it is treated as genuine bread. So as we said, I mean, it looks like we're repeating the same thing, but that's probably to get the idea across. Okay. If Shiur Seuda of bread family product was eaten, it is treated as genuine bread. So if, as we said, he started eating cakes, and then he ate more and more and more. So now he got up to Shiur Seuda. So now he has to say Birchas Hamazon, and of course wash bread and wash his hands and everything. Commentary. Even if it was eaten only as a snack, nevertheless, since the amount suitable for conventional meal, it is treated as a genuine bread. Okay. Genuine bread. Okay, continue. There is a difference in opinion among the poskim as to the minimum amount considered to be a Shiur Seuda. Exactly. According to some poskim, the amount of food equal to the volume of 4 eggs is sufficient amount of food for a minimum meal. They rule, therefore, that the Shiur Seuda is equivalent to the volume of 4 eggs. So this 8 ounces, so egg is approximately, right, 1 egg, of course, I mean, don't, as we said before, we were talking about Talmudic times. So today, this measurement do not make such much sense, but in Talmudic times, 1 egg was equivalent to 2 olives. Huge olives. We don't have these olives. So maybe somewhere, but I have never seen such a huge olives, right? So right, so 2 olives, so 8 eggs, so it's 4 eggs, it's 8 olives, and 8 olives, we said 1 olive size is approximately 1 ounce, so it's approximately 8 ounces. That's just so you know, that's how we got this number. So we got the numbers from the eggs, number of eggs. Yeah, go ahead, question? Okay, your microphone is on then. It was by mistake. You want to mute your microphone, please? Okay. Could you please mute your microphone? Okay, so what can we do? We continue. According to some poskim, the amount of food equal to the volume. Okay. Yeah, could you? Okay, so let me make the sound lower. 1 second. Maybe this is going to help. At least for now. 1 second. Okay. Good. Thank you very much. So continue. So we go by this size of 4 eggs. Okay, so we explain how we got these 8 ounces for 4 eggs. So it's sufficient amount of food for a minimum meal. Okay, the rule therefore that the Shiur Seuda is equivalent to the volume of 4 eggs. Other poskim of the opinion that the Shiur Seuda is calculated according to the amount of food an average person eats for the regular meal. See exception food not below. Okay, so they say that depends. Of course, during the different times, people eat the different meals, right? Different size of the meals, different countries, right? So commentaries say, since the amount can vary from country to country, the generation to generation, the shiur cannot be stated in a fixed number of ounces. Rather, one must estimate its volume of bread family products which he ate is equal to amount of eaten for a meal. So I would say it's very interesting that this opinion, but I think it's bring more confusion. I'm going to explain why. So I waited. I checked this 8 ounces of things, and it is true satisfying amount, at least for me and for other people also, like whom I spoke to. Like I waited these muffins. I do that we bought this muffin. So I think it was even one muffin. It's huge muffin. So you eat this muffin, you drink coffee, and that's it. You're full for a long time, right? So it was very very heavy, huge muffin, very tasty, and for sure it was a meal, right? So they say example, older person and people in their early teens typically eat less than the average person. The shiur seuda for such a person is based on an amount of food normally eaten for a meal by a person in that natural age groupings, which is less than a share of ordinary person. So I mean, well, once you go into these details, so but what if a person is sick? I'm just adding to, right? And he would eat less, or he's has a different issue and he would eat more. So it's like never stopping thing, right? For example, most American girls in their early teens eat only one sandwich or a roll for a typical morning or evening meal. That amount of shiur seuda for 13, 14-year-old American girls. Even though this amount is less than the volume of 4 eggs, nevertheless, this is considered shiur seuda for the persons in that groupings. So that's you see that that opinion is very, very interesting, right? It's and it goes like into what age you are, what where you live and stuff like that. So very interesting. Okay, continue. When eating a large volume right? When eating a large volume bread family products, since there is a difference of the opinion regarding the shiur seuda is how much, right? When eating large volume of cake, crackers, or other bread family products, one should either eat amount which is definitely less than shiur, less than the volume of 4 eggs, and make boremine Mezonos ala mechia. Commentary, provided that he is not satiated. If he ate less than volume of 4 eggs and but satiated, see Hebrew note. Okay, so so author, it's very interesting. He looked at the issue from all of the angles. He's a brilliant rabbi. So he's saying, okay, if you don't want to put yourself in this situation, right, when you would have to bench, so eat for sure less than 4 eggs, or for sure eat 8 ounces for eggs, 8 ounces, or for sure 8 more than that. Don't be like guessing like somewhere in the middle. So he says, so if you eat less, for sure less, right? So do just bremine Mezonos and ala mechia. That's it. But the in the commentary he says, but if he's not satiated, but if he's satiated, that's the problem. So in some so according to other opinions, he would need to say now birchas hamazon, right? Because why would we say so? We know that biblically you have to say birchas hamazon only on 2 ounces, right? 2 ounces only. Like 56 grams approximately, right? But 2 ounces. but we accepted, the Jewish nation accepted among ourselves themselves to say that to say Birchas Hamazon, even we are not satiated, but if we ate even half of the amount, even 1 ounce, right? So if this person was satiated, and of course he ate more than 1 ounce, right? So he put himself in this questionable situation. So okay, so basically don't do it, but we're going to discuss later on what to do. So now I don't want to deviate too much, but okay. So one more time. So if you don't want to say Birchas Hamazon, go wash your hands. So for sure eat less than volume 4 eggs, which is 8 ounces. Okay, for sure. Or eat amount which is definitely more than Shiur, more than the quantity of the regular meal, and make chamotzi and Birchas Hamazon 8. So commentary. If one wishes to eat more than the volume of 4 eggs, but less than the quantity of food that eat in a regular meal, you should first wash, make hamotzi on a Kzayith of genuine bread. So don't put yourself like, I would say maybe somebody, a big person who would eat a lot. So for him, this 8 ounces of cake is nothing. It's like only like beginning. It's only warming up. So that would be a problem. On one hand, it's he already ate these 8 ounces. On another hand, he's not satiated, right? So they say wash your hands, do hamotzi on regular bread. Okay, continue. So and if he eats 1 ounce, that's it. So he can eat this Mezonos. Continue. Any questions on what we said so far? I don't want to give too much technical details.
Yes, Rabbi.
Yeah, go ahead.
My main question is, discussing the concept of Shiur Seuda, right? And the fact that it's a certain amount. Obviously, we discussed that 8 ounces and everything. Aside from the fact that, of course, you have to wash from Mezonot, how does it affect us? As let's say we had this much or didn't have this much, let's say it's bread or something like it. What are the reasons that it would affect us? Would it be in regards to covering certain items or something like that, or?
It's a very interesting question. So I actually thought about it when I was reading.
Because sorry, if I'm not mistaken, if you eat, let's say, even 1 Kzayith of bread and you have other stuff around you, it still covers all the other items, right? Or
yes.
You have to have that Shiur Seuda.
Okay, so let's. So it's a very interesting question. So let's try to break into 2 possible scenarios. So one scenario, like simple, straightforward, when person start eating this cake, right? And then he realized that the cake is good. He wants to eat more and more and more. And now he realized he almost ate this 8 ounce. So let's say he bought it from the bakery. He sees on the packaging how much how much it weighed the whole cake. He ate 1/3, let's say. So he calculated almost 8 ounces. So now he goes and washes his hands, and then he's going to say the blessing on the washing hands. Hamotzi. No, hamotzi is. I think he would say hamotzi on the rest of the cake and continue eating, and then say Birchas Hamazon. So, and let's say in this scenario, he decided to eat some other things, right? Some other food that is usually eaten is in the meal. So then, I don't think they would be covered. I don't think so. In this case, not. But possible. That's in this case not. I don't. At least it's my personal opinion. It's not halacha. That's what I logically think. But if he decided to eat initially, okay, he said, I have this cake, I have these cookies. That's all I have. I'm going to eat for my breakfast. I have to go to the long journey, whatever. So I need this energy. So I'm going to eat. So in this case, if he treated in the beginning as a genuine bread, for sure, all of the other things are going to be covered.
Yeah. Okay.
So two separate, very good question.
Just to be safe, you say the bracha on the other things, and then
No. That's you see, it's there's a different issue. There is a different issue as we learned, like I don't know, a few months ago. There is such a concept as unnecessary blessing.
Yeah, exactly.
So this unnecessary. So I mean, that's blessing is correct, but he like what would be unnecessary blessing? One second. So for example, somebody have a just 1 second. Would be, just I'm thinking. I want to give you a good example. So he says he has some food, whatever is it, and something made in a dough, like inside of the dough, like say meat inside of the dough, whatever brecha, whatever food, right? And it's baked, and he want to break this dough, like and take out the food like stuffing and make the blessing on the stuffing. So in this case, it would be unnecessary blessing. So in this case, it's exactly the same. Food, so you must say only one blessing, but I'm in Mezonot. So that blessing on the stuffing, let's say they have vegetables inside, or meat, whatever they have. So this blessing on the vegetables was unnecessary blessing. So one blessing would suffice. So he put himself in such a situation. Yeah, of course, if you start eating whatever inside, of course you have to say separate blessing, for sure, that's for sure. But he put himself in this situation, so it's unnecessary blessing. It's not as bad as Brocha Volatala when he just say blessing, it didn't do anything, but still it's bad. Okay.
No, because I'm also asking, because this is, I think it's a minhag that I've seen only among Moroccan Jews so far. What they do is that before they eat, I've seen that in many places here, before they eat the bread, they actually make bracha on a few things. Hadama, ha'etz, shakol. They eat that, and then after that they wash, after they do kiddush. So I was just thinking that maybe they also have something to rely on. Maybe that's why they do it, and they make those extra brachot.
I don't think so. It's clearly not. I don't know. Ask Rabbi of that show. That's not that's exactly opposite of what Shulchan Aruch said. Maybe we need to know the details, because it's clearly bread covers. So all of these blessings are necessary blessings. So some things bread does not cover. Of course, we know that. For example, wine is not covered. So if it's kiddush, of course, this wine, and you keep in mind, I'm making blessing on this wine. It should cover all of the wine I'm going to drink during kiddush. That is one issue.
Okay, not all of them do it, but I've seen many houses. They basically have this minhag, and I think one of them was explaining to me, and he said that maybe you might not eat a Kzayith of bread, and then maybe because when you eat all of this, it's sort of you're making the bread. I don't know. There's a lot of things out.
For me, it does not make any sense. Exactly 0 cents. So unless you ask Rabbi of that place for a good explanation, I actually ask. I'm curious to know why would somebody do that, because it's from what I learned in the Shulchan Aruch, opposite is true. So sometimes people want to go like extra mile, and they be very careful. But
I can ask the local Rav here who has hosted Rav Reuven. He's also a Moroccan, so I think he will be able to answer.
Ask this question. Very nice. Okay, so let's try to finish up this thing. Okay.
I'm sorry, Rav.
Yes.
So you said that's a big no-no?
Absolutely not. Yes, absolutely.
To say the brachas for the other foods that you are having for Shabbos.
No. For any meal. Forget about Shabbos, of course, but any meal. You eat bread, so this bread is going to cover. We're on page 488. So this piece of bread, is going to cover all of the regular dishes that you eat, like with the bread. Whatever is it, you have all of the salads, all of the dips, all of the soups, all of the chicken, the meat, fish, like everything, except very exception, except fruits, right? Except the sweet cakes. According to some opinion, ice cream. That's we go by this opinion that ice cream is a solid. Other Sephardim, some who goes by Rabbi Avadia Zatzal, they say it's a liquid, not cover. But otherwise, like you eat candy bar, so that these things are not covered. Wine is not covered, but all other foods that cover 100%, 100%. So okay, go ahead. So the question is, go ahead. Sorry.
No, yeah. I just wanted to make sure that was.
No, I apologize. Whatever was said before, it's most likely people do not know. Most likely. So as Rabbi Reuven Shlita said many times, we don't learn halachas from people, right? We learn halachas from no, not halachas. I want to take it back. No, it's he said about Judaism. We don't learn about Judaism from people's behavior. We learn about Judaism from books and from behavior of tzaddikim. But in this case, sometimes people just simply do not know. And one person started doing so, and he explained, he added his rationale, and there is it could be some create something as a minchag. Maybe yes, maybe no. Okay, but unless a person is learning, so I always you can always ask for the source. So minchag is good, okay, but this minchag must be written in some book, like let's say Ben Ish Chai or somebody wrote in his book, and why would you even if Ben Ish Chai said this, if Shulchan Aruch says different, why would you follow somebody else? So me personally always baffles me when they say use Shulchan Aruch is one of the opinions. If Yosef Karazatzal was learning with the angel, and you have a different opinion, okay, you have a bit different opinion. Did you learn with the angels also, or you learn by yourself? You understand? Or somebody is you're using Mishnah Brura, as one of the opinions. Okay, so and they bring other opinions from before the Mishnah Brura, but more Mishnah Brura wrote his book. It took him 25 years or so to complete this book. So he said, I look at all of these things, all of the opinions, and he gives the list. And I think it's 200 books or something. The list on the back of Mishnah Brura. All of these authors, he can confirm this, and he saw whatever you saw, right? And based on all others, poskim, he drew this conclusion. So who are you to have to say that there is a Mishnah Brura opinion and my opinion? Understand? So it's for me it's always I do not understand what people be so arrogant. For me it's arrogance. Okay, so let's any other questions, or let me just continue, just finish this little piece, and we're going to go to the questions. Just a little piece. So okay, we go to after the fact. Okay, so after the fact, if one ate more than a volume of 4 eggs, but less than the amount of average person eats in a regular meal, and does not feel satiated, full, he should recite Alamihia. Okay, so now the author is trying to combine two opinions. Okay, if one ate more than a volume of 4 eggs and feels satiated, right, he should recite Birchas Hamazon. So commentary, if one ate less than the volume of 4 eggs, but nevertheless satiated, see footnote, okay. One who ate a Shiur Seuda and becomes satiated, but not remember whether or not he benched, should bench. Very interesting. So let's try to understand, let's try to explain. So first thing that we said, so after the fact, if he ate amount more than 8 eggs, but less than whatever people eat, so maybe they eat a lot in that place, it's for a regular meal, does not feel satiated, right? Should say ala michya, meaning treat it as Mezonos. Okay, I would say just go. I mean, this opinion is not from Shulchan Aruch. It's not, for sure not. Unless I mean, I'm forgetting some, but I don't think it's from Shulchan Aruch. Okay, so let's go by this opinion. Straightforward. These 8 ounces, it should be good. So more than 8 ounces or less. Okay. And it's very interesting. So it says if he ate these 8 ounces, right, and was satiated and does not remember whether or not he said Birchas Hamazon, so he must repeat. So as we learned, with all of the blessings, since they are rabbinical, and in case of the doubt, and it is a rabbinical matter, we say what? We say go leniently, do not say. Of course, we offer some solutions. So you make a blessing on something else, which requires similar after blessing. For example, a person does not remember if he ate I don't know, like banana, right? He ate banana, and he does not remember if he said blessing after banana. So they say, okay, no, you're not allowed to say blessing after banana. That's it. That's maybe you said it. So they say eat something else or drink something else. Drink a cup of half a cup of the apple juice, and say the after blessing on apple juice, and keep in mind that this banana. So if, meaning what? If I did not say the after blessing on a banana, so let this blessing after be also for this banana. But if I said it, so let it be only on this apple juice. So that's one of the solutions, right? But with Birchas Hamazon, we said it's the only biblical blessing, or only biblical blessing. So meaning what? So if we do not remember, we said it or not, we must say it, unless we said you ate less. Unless you ate less than Kzayith, only Kzayith, and you were not satiated. So for sure you're not satiated. I mean, it's hard to get satiated from Kzayith, maybe if you ate a big meal before, yes. But if you ate only Kzayith, so a small piece, and not satiated, so then it's rabbinical. So they say don't say Birchas Hamazon. But otherwise, you have to repeat. So in this case, what we just mentioned, so they call this bread. They call this cake as genuine bread, and he was satiated. He ate these 8 ounces. Satiated, does not remember he said Birchas Hamazon. Say, yeah, you have to say it. That's very interesting. Okay, so let's go to the questions. So now, please go ahead. Any topic is good. Finish. Go ahead. Yeah, Birchas Hamazon. Go ahead.
I mean, if we are not satiated, then we have eaten 2 Kzayith of bread. It is a must, an obligation, or
yes, yeah. Mm-hmm.
To say the Hamazon, because it's little probable that if I eat very small amount of bread, I will be satiated.
Oh no, I'm not only you, man. Most of the people are not going to get satiated, but this to Kzayith, I think that they so first of all, if we have to discuss where this one Kzayith came from, like how did they come up with this measurement? So this measurement, because this Kzayith is bread, for other foods doesn't, for where you eat cheese, you eat other things, doesn't matter. So it's the same Kzayith. So they say this Kzayith is a minimum amount of food to get some satiation. Some. You're not going to get completely, but at least some satiation. That's why, and less than Kzayith, no satiation. Okay, you taste it, yeah, but there is no satiation at all. So halachically, okay, of course depends on the person, his age group, of course, but we go by average. So, and I'm going to explain why I don't like that second idea is that you have to go by the country where the people are living in and all of the age group, because our sages, if you look in Shulchan Aruch, in the Talmud, when the Rambam Rambam explains many times, sages try to keep one uniform halacha. Like, don't give like all these million opinions. If you this situation, you do this, you that situation, you do that. So they say even the situation totally different, but main idea is the same. It's one halacha. Otherwise, people are going to get confused. People are not going to learn like all of the details. That's too much. So that's why that opinion was a little too much for me. I mean, there is valid opinion. I'm sure the great poskim, I'm not sure who, but they brought it. But to go in a straight way, like straight way, I think 8 ounces should be good. And it's 8 ounces, as I said, I tested to myself, and I can eat a lot, maybe, right? So, and I was satiated from 8 ounces, for sure. Yeah, go ahead. So what is
another thing is that from one lecture of Rabbi Nava, I understood that the Birkat Hamazon has a focus in satiation. I mean, we say we are going to recite only if we got satiated. That is what I understood.
No, it's not true. No, it's not true. So as I explained above, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Maybe it is allowed to say Birkat Hamazon if two Kzayith are eaten within up to 9 minutes, but maybe it is not a must. We can say, but maybe we are not obligated to recite it, and that is what I was understanding.
I didn't get your point. I didn't get. So the thing about this actually 9 minutes is very linear opinion. We usually go by 3 to 4 minutes. So 3 to 4 minutes is you see, if you break even the bigger meal and you eat only like bits and pieces here and there during the day, you're never going to get satiated. But if you eat the same meal, like it doesn't matter how small it is, but in one shot, there is a bigger chance that you're going to satiate it at least for a certain period of time. That's why they say eat this 1 ounce or 2 ounces or whatever you eat in these 3 to 4 minutes, and you get to get some satiated. But if you're going to break the same amount on a longer period of time, there is for sure you're not going to satiate it, even if you eat twice as much. You understand? That's how our body works.
So the scenario is I am planning to go outside to buy something, and I am gonna, when return, I am gonna have a meal anyway. So maybe 2 Birkat Hamazon maybe will be too much.
Okay. So what is it? Okay. So
maybe it will be the second Birkat Hamazon will be a blessing in vain.
I'm not sure why second. What was in second? Please explain. So you go to store, you buy food, you come back, and then what? I don't understand.
And then I will have the full meal. So that's why I was asking myself why to say Birkat Hamazon before going out.
So if I understand correctly what you're trying to say, so a person can start a meal, right, with the bread. Let's say he ate this two kizaysim of bread, right? Even one kizay. So according to many opinion, Rav Moshe Feinstein Zatzal says 1 kizay, no problem. Mishnah Berurah says 2, he says 1. So who wants to go by 1 can go by 1. There is no problem. Usually we go by 2, just so you know, right? So, and the person is not satiated. He went out to the store, bought more food. There is no problem. So this food belongs to the same meal. Just because we go outside during the bread meal, so don't draw any other conclusion. During the bread meal, it's not considered to be interruption. Especially if person keeps in mind, I'm not satiated. I want to go buy more food and I'm going to eat. There is no problem. So this additional food is going to be part of this meal. So, and satiation does not have to come from bread. So I ate a slice of bread, and I ate big salad and potatoes and tomatoes, all of other things, and I got satiated maybe from potatoes. It does not make any difference, because I'm satiated from the same meal, even though I ate only 1 ounce or 2 ounces of bread. There is no contradiction.
That was what I was asking.
Okay.
That was my point. That I thought that it was an interruption to go 50 meters to the store.
No, it's not.
Actually, I'd like to. It's a good question. I would like to add something to it. Let's
Please.
say you did start the meal, then you go outside, and instead of going back, you plan to finish the meal outside, right? Or like, let's say...
Stop. Bread meal? You're talking about bread meal?
A bread meal. You
Okay,
started
go
to
ahead.
eat something. You said you went outside, you wanted to you said you're going to add something. You finished what you had at your house. But you go outside and then you say, because it happens many times, okay, you go to a restaurant, you want to finish up something else you found. Instead of bringing it home, you eat it over there. Let's say it's a takeaway or something like that, but you decide to eat it on the way, or you decide to eat in the restaurant. What do you do now? Because you started the meal there, but you finished the meal over here.
Okay, so that's a very good question. So the proper way, as our sages say, it's proper way to say Birchas Hamazon in the place where you ate, right? That's why it's not considered to be in interruption for your meal, even if you even if you went outside, you went to somebody's house, you come back, like even sometimes later, you can still have to say Birchas Hamazon, right? Why? Because even though your meal is interrupted, but you are expected to come back and say Birchas Hamazon in the place where you ate. You understand? So initially, our sages say don't do it. And same halacha is actually not only for this, not only for bread, but same halacha is actually for Mezonos food. So if a person ate cookies,
but let's say a situation comes where you have no choice, and you maybe you're stuck or something like that. Something happens where you have to eat there. So what do? You make another. You don't do another netila, right? Because you still haven't said the Birkat Hamazon. You don't have to do another netila.
You wash your hands only if you're planning to eat in another place, and let's say, right? So if I give you this example, this classic example, right? So if somebody starts eating in a shul, let's say Shabbos morning, right, and then he planning to go home and continue eating, or he's planning to go to or he's planning to go to his friend's house to continue the meal. So in this case, no, it's like continuation of the same meal. Right, but only if he had in mind. If he did not have in mind, so that's so much. Me,
yes,
yeah,
I see.
Understand? So me personally, I'm trying not to put myself in this situation. Like in all of the questionable situation, just decide. I mean, why you have to eat here and there? Like, just make up your mind. Like eat a little more in that place. Why do you have to eat here? Okay.
No, but let's say he doesn't have a choice. He gets there, he's stuck there, and he has no choice. Then what does he do? He didn't have any intention to eat there to begin with, but he now has to eat there because he cannot go home. Maybe his car broke down.
Okay.
Then I think it would be like another meal. You think another meal would be like another start of another meal? You say them.
No. If it was originally, so when he was eating, he realized that the meal must continue somewhere else. So it's the same meal.
Okay.
It's the same meal. Okay. Any other questions?
For me, that's all. Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome. Okay, so all right, so let's stop here then. No questions. So I wish everybody good Shabbos. Was very successful week, Baruch Hashem. So until next Monday, we continue. Thank you.
Yeah, shalom.